Good evening, everybody. This is Dr. Rao coming to you to continue our talks on tips on wellness. One tip a day on wellness, and we've been doing today is the 27th. So I'm kind of happy that I kept this streak up. Uh, Yesterday we talked about silence, and today we're going to talk about mindful eating. This is so important and so easy, but I think we get occupied with talking to somebody or watching TV or reading a book, uh, so many ways, right? And sometimes because you are not watching what you are eating or you're uh, really not slowing down, you can eat a lot in 5 minutes instead of slowing it down if you eat it. So there are so many problems of how we eat. See, I have been thinking about this wellness series because I didn't want too much information into people so that they cannot take some take home points and then use them for their daily life. Okay, so some of these are not really knowledge pearls, but more than slipping out of our mind and our awareness. So a lot of people may know we got to be paying attention to what we are eating and we got to be mindful of what's happening there. But many don't remember because the other things invade them, right? So I thought I will talk about this. Um, Many people eat so fast that that becomes a problem down the line because your stomach responds to fullness, right? It distends, and at a certain stage, it kind of says, "Okay, that's enough for me. I don't want to eat anymore." That's kind of feeling of real fullness and feeling of satiety. See, there is evidence to tell from the time that you become hungry, you feel the hunger, to the time when you feel you are full or you are satisfied, it takes around 20 minutes. Whether you eat or not, that's a surprising thing. So the hunger pains, the real hunger lasts only that much time and it will go away. So if you eat pretty fast, you consume a lot more food and your stomach will demand to get more food to get extended, distended. On the other hand, if you are chewing, if you are slowly eating, then you'll be secreting a lot more your own saliva and you will be masticating, we call it in the medical terms. Mastication is chewing function, right? You will be doing that into what we call chyme, like a soft food. Everything is the pieces and everything are munched such a way that it all becomes like a soft mass of one glob thing. And in the stomach, that happens much more. And then they are available for absorption in the small intestine, right? So what you want to do is you want to understand this process. What is satiety? How does it happen? How long does it take? Those three things I told you. Satiety is a feeling of hunger satisfied and you felt full, right? That feeling of fullness that comes with people, if it comes very quickly because you're eating too fast, then you consume a lot more. And then progressively, stomach learns to distend that much. Only then it will send the signal of I'm full. But if you are eating slowly, then you will fill the stomach slowly, and along with the food, you have a lot of saliva that goes into your stomach. So you will end up eating less of calories. That's why be aware of what you are eating, savor it, and also enjoy it, and chew it very well, and then come down. Okay, okay, those kind of things, right? Let's say our friend coming, Ronald. Hello,
Hey,
Ronald.
Dr. Rail, how you doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
Pretty good. I was just in a Zoom meeting, and I was right now. It's like getting ready to storm really big here. I think they might even have tornado watches here.
Yeah, it was going on here too, but I think it is passing us. So
That's good.
they had these alarms. My phone has got these alarms and all that. Everything happened. But lots of times these storms are getting very violent around. They showed us in the Greenfield or something like that in Iowa. The all the houses are top heater and so much destruction. They just showed us, on the news.
Yeah, I just been a little busy, doing deliveries. I've been doing massages, and I've been working with something that I've been selling. So I've been like really busy
Uh,
with different stuff at the place. So
yeah, good,
I'm
good.
just I'm finally had a chance to talk. Sometimes I can listen because I'm doing something else. And
Yeah,
one time I was on there when I was actually in a restaurant, so I could kind of talk. I was hoping it wasn't too noisy in there,
yeah, yeah.
but I don't
Usually,
really know.
yeah. Usually, if you are in a noisy place and other people cannot hear us here in this
Yeah,
app,
yeah.
yeah,
I heard birds or something whenever you're on here one time too, and sometimes they can be a little bit distracting, but
yeah, yeah.
I try not to.
I'm sitting inside today. That's maybe the reason why it is not there. The noise.
Yeah,
But
yeah. See, I was out here.
I enjoy the bird noises and all. That's why I go and sit there. Plenty of birds
Something
around
was.
us. Yeah,
I was putting my feet in the grass. You know how like you do earthing and grounding.
yeah,
I
yeah.
think last night.
Mm.
Next thing, my left shin like was itching a little bit, so I didn't know if there was a mosquito or something down there. So I was like, I didn't want to do that today. Plus, it started raining right when I got back, so I was like,
Yeah.
hope that makes it an easy choice for me.
Yeah. Tropical countries, tropical areas have that luxury. They may have wild snakes and other things, but generally they don't come near us. If they sense us, they will go away. Unless they are threatened, they won't really do anything to us.
I think up in Iowa, you get more of a freeze during the winter because I think you have a
Yeah,
little bit colder weather.
yeah,
So when you get it gets rid of a lot of bugs, right? I
yeah.
think that's one thing about it.
Yes, we
Like down
cannot
in
go
Texas,
out on the cold showers because they are very cold. In India, I used to enjoy those
yeah,
showers, but here, very cold. You can't enjoy them. Yeah,
I know it's a nice country state up there. There's a lot of corn up there in the cornfields.
yeah. There's a cornfield right behind my house that is there all the time. See, I'm talking about this tip for this day is the mindful eating, Ronald. You know, so how?
Absolutely, I probably need to be more conscious on what I'm eating. I think a lot of people in
Yeah,
society do. I think
yeah. I was
it's
explaining to people what is the feeling of satiety, how long it takes to come. Around 20 minutes, it will take the feeling of fullness. So don't eat too fast, then you will expand the stomach much more than you intend to. But if you eat slowly, some of the saliva that is secreted, of course, one third of the stomach is filled by that. So the stretch happens, then your hunger goes down. So you feel the satiety, feeling of fullness, then you will end up eating less. And also, it's a good thing for you to chew and swallow the food. Lots of people just swallow directly. They don't really chew that well. It's important. Even there are
I think
enzymes within the saliva that start the digestion right there, lectin.
I think drinking too. Like if you infuse your drinks with like cucumbers or something,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah, that's
infuse that.
better. Cucumber and some coriander or something cilantro. Those things are pretty nice drinks. Yeah, few cucumber slices around the water is good. Anyway, we are talking
Yeah,
about mindful eating and how we could be in the present, conscious of what we are eating and enjoying, and also really enjoying that moment, savoring that moment. A lot of people,
Yes.
my doctor friends also, they actually, I will be in the lunchroom. For example, we have doctor's rooms, right? And we go there, and a lot of food will be there if you want, or you can carry your whole food from the home, right? Whatever it is, there are beautiful chairs and tables where you can sit down and eat. I never saw anybody sitting down. I asked them, come on, sit down for a few minutes and take 10 minutes to eat your food in a restful way. They come, they grab a bread, they put all the things on that, and then they will be running to the out the door. Before they go out of the door, they eat the sandwich. I've seen
Yeah.
so many times. I told them, don't do that. Don't be in a rush because they can take even 5, 10 minutes unless there's an emergency when we leave everything and run. But most of the time, there will be 5, 10 minutes for people to sit down. And these guys don't do. And that's why I have to teach them comprehensive self care. One of them is how do you get your food? How do you prepare your food? And how is the food served to you? And how do you eat? That's the part I'm talking about today. If you don't know how to
Yeah,
eat, what, Ronald?
I think probiotics and prebiotics help too. You do all that.
Yeah, but that's the chemical thing, right? That's about the digestion and all that. That's different thing completely. That is different. But we're talking about actual act of eating. How do you posture yourself? How do you settle down? How do you pay attention to what you are eating, and all that, right?
Yeah, that's really good points. I think a lot of people don't even think about it.
Yeah.
It's good to be conscious of it.
Yeah, because we have distractions, right? We have usually lunch and learn, or lunch and talk, some meeting and all that, and then they don't even
Yes.
pay attention to what they are eating. And lots of times the body tells you some things it cannot handle, or it may crave more. You enhance the cravings, and then you avoid good things that you should be eating because there is no taste or anything like that. So many things happens if you are not aware of what you are eating. So that's my point.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought that to my attention because I think I really need to be more conscious of
Yeah.
not only posture,
Mm.
not only taking bites that are probably the best,
Yeah.
and
You
then
know,
chewing it.
if you go to some retreats around in India, for example, I saw them, they eat in silence. There were 5,000 people eating in that dining hall, but I saw them sitting down and eating in silence. That's like a taught as a retreat behavior. In modern times, we need that much more because we work with computers, data, so many stimuli, and all that, right? But if you go with that kind of tension, it's not good for your stomach. You secrete more of acid and all that. So if you are relaxed and if you are paying attention to what you are doing and you are enjoying it, you are savoring the food, that will be good for you
Yes,
for the digestion also, right?
it produces more saliva when you chew it more.
Yeah,
A
yeah.
friend of mine used to always,
Mm.
before he would eat, he would just say, "Heavenly Father,
Mm.
bless this food and make it as nourishing as the food in the Garden of Eden."
Yeah,
You know,
yeah. Actually, in Sanskrit also, this is what they say. Annam Parabrahma. Annam means food. Parabrahma means God. So they consider that also as God because that giving them um, life, sustenance. And actually, they thank the food because you are sacrificing your life to give me life. That's why I'm thanking you, the food.
yes, yes, that's good. That's a good point. That's really
Yeah,
a
that's
good way to.
true. Yeah, that's true. Really, even the fruit and everything, it could have given further tree and all that, but it is giving all that up to be our, food. That's why you have to thank that. Yeah,
Because the plant kingdom actually makes our life possible.
yeah, yeah. It is giving its life for us. That is for sure.
Yes.
So that is the part I was focusing on tonight about this eating properly, eating with awareness, eating with gratefulness, and all these things will reduce your stress and anxiety and harmful effects to your body. See, every time we have a thought that incites all these stress hormones, that kind of generates so many chemicals, that's not a good combination for our health. You want to be away from that, right? So that's the kind of happens with people. uh, I don't know what happened to Ronald. He's not appearing here.
I'm right here. I'm here.
Okay, good.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you now. So it's a question of subtlety. It's a question of realizing the importance of how we eat. Like I said, I have this comprehensive self-care book. In that, I mention about four things, four pillars of wellness. First pillar is food. Second pillar is exercise. Third pillar is sleep. And fourth pillar is how do you calm our mind. These four things we have to focus on my comprehensive self-care. So first, food is how
Two
is,
questions.
yeah.
Right? Ask me two questions. One is like, what time do you think is a good idea to start eating? Maybe some people when they wake up, maybe an hour later. And what time did you stop eating and you don't eat nothing past a certain time?
Yeah,
What would you say?
usually it will take 15 to 20 minutes for you to eat properly. But if you eat within 5 minutes, then you eat a lot more. So wait for your hunger
But
to
like
come up and then sit down and
some people
slowly
don't.
eat. Yeah.
So, some people don't eat past like 9 p.m. You know, they'll eat earlier in the day, or they'll eat like maybe at 8, and they won't ever eat past 9.
Yeah, I
And some
know.
people maybe skip breakfast and go to lunch. I don't
Yeah,
know.
I recommend not to eat according to time, but eat according to your body's signal of hunger. Cultivate
Yeah.
that hunger, let be hunger a little bit. Actually, yogis practice this intense hunger and then only they go to food. See, we kind of eat the breakfast, lunch, dinner, and in between snacks also. That way, what happens is that a hunger cycle is kind of put down a little bit with a constant snacking. Don't do that. Wait for the hunger to come, and then you have the main meals. And in between, maybe you can have healthy snacks. Okay, like in the morning, if you get up and put some ginger in the water and drink the tea, that actually stimulates your appetite, right? Like that, you want to
Yeah.
pay attention to
Yes.
wellness, you can do those things.
Yeah.
So
And then stay away from caffeine at night. Definitely don't drink
definitely,
caffeine.
definitely, definitely at night, caffeine, because you won't have a good sleep, right? You will never be able to sleep very well if you drink coffee or tea at evening. A lot of people do that. They come with sleeping problems, and the moment I tell them uh, what's going on, why are not able to sleep, they say, I don't know. Then I ask them questions about, do you take any medications? Do you take any drinks? Do you take energy drinks that has a lot of caffeine? They usually say, yeah, I do take this caffeine drink and all. Then how can you sleep? It depends on the people also. Some people are caffeine sensitive, some people are not. So some people can drink and go to sleep also, but some people are not. The more alert and awake in your mind you are, the more caffeine is going to stimulate you and also not go allow you to go to sleep normally. So that's why we should not be messing up with our natural, diurnal cycles. That's the one that I always talk about. That's being natural. So I don't drink coffee because I don't want my mind to be awake at certain time. I want to be relaxed with nighttime, right? So you don't have to have coffee. You can have so many other herbal teas or green tea. So many things are there that people really enjoy. Lemon juice or lemon and ginger juice, little tiny of it. My formula is I take a cup of hot water, put in some ginger in it, and so put in some lemon and heat it up. And after it is taken out of the microwave, I put some honey and then mix it. that is a very good, powerful appetite stimulator for me in the morning, right? I do that. And then I also do other things, other herbal sharma. So many formulas are there you can do. And it's a question of allowing our natural body cycles work for our sake. We interfere with them, and that's why we disturb the natural constitutional process of our body. Be aware of them and just be natural as natural. So get up in the morning. Suppose you are sleeping early and you're getting up early in the morning. That's good for you, good for your body also. That's a natural cycle for many people, right? Some people have night people, that's there, but many people are daytime, morning, right? And the energy is very good. I wake up at 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning, and I have a lot of things accomplished by the time I'm 7, 8 o'clock. And then I teach my yoga class, I help with the consultations or whatever, right? But then this ginger, lemon, and honey, that drink is very simple, very easy to do it, and it stimulates your appetite. Drink that, and then let the appetite work. Maybe you can go for a workout, you can go for a walk, or maybe it's small jog or something, and then work out your appetite more, and then come and have a heavy breakfast with everything, right? That's the recommended thing. After you have a heavy breakfast, wait till the lunchtime. Don't have any snacks in between, and have a light lunch. And then don't have any snacks, major snacks from lunch to dinner. When you come home for the dinner, have a very light dinner and then go to sleep early. That's a good formula for weight reduction and also proper functioning of our digestive system and all that. Okay, so that may look harsh, but actually, after a certain time, many people adopt this, and they get into the cycle. So my style is to be natural as much as possible. This is influenced by medicine. What medicine? Ancient medicine, where they were very close to the nature and they didn't want to disturb the body that was given by the nature to us. And body is also working on its own cycle. Every 12 hours things change biologically. Now when we study as scientific doctors cellular metabolism, and that is peak if we allow the cycles to run properly. So metabolism in some people is pretty active. Some people, by these habits, the smoking, the caffeine, the irregular eating, and eating all the time, snacking all the time, and these habits that people cultivate can rob your natural cycles, and that way you will lose the cellular metabolism also. Okay, so for it to be alive, for it to be really lively, really working well, you also want to have more oxygen coming there. That is done by the breathing practices. Okay, so it's all connected. When you do asanas, you are doing physical activity and you're allowing the areas of muscles and other cells will be actively engaged in flow, right? And then you'll have more oxygen coming in, more energy is produced, and that's why you have vital energy, right? So don't think you will cultivate all over whatever habits that modern people are cultivating, and then your cellular mechanism will be good. Many people don't live long or don't enjoy life longer time because they rob their vital health, vital energy, mainly because they mess up with this circadian rhythms, we call them diurnal rhythm. Diurnal because every 12 hours they change, right? But if you eat according to your hunger cycle, your digestion, assimilation, and excretion, everything happens much better. Okay, so be mindful of what you are eating, be aware of what you are eating, how you are eating, what is going in your mouth. Do you experience the taste? Do you enjoy the taste? Nobody said not to enjoy. Only don't be addicted to the taste by your unconscious habits. But if you enjoy a sweet once in a while, you can enjoy that very well. That's a very good thing for your health in the long run. So eat slowly, eat sitting down, chew very well, and be aware of what you are eating. Be thankful to the food that is giving its life for your life, and all those things are good hormones for you inside, because you are not eating in a hurried fashion. You are not driven by some external deadline, whatever it is, what you impose in your own mind, and you are not thinking about what can be done tomorrow. You are working on what is happening today. That all helps you, right? So just by this habit, I think you can help yourself immensely. Okay. Anybody else has any questions or comments? You can come up and talk to us. Many times people don't even know what they're eating. Yeah, my friend Lois is coming. Come on. Hey, Lois.
Hey, Dr. Ron, how you doing?
I am good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. I just turned on your page and saw before you signed up. I saw you doing mindful eating.
Yeah,
That is so important.
yeah.
It's not just something to do for as a meditation. It's
No,
very important for you to listen to your body,
yeah,
and you can't hear what your body is telling you if you're not doing things mindfully.
yeah. It's
You
like
know, because
what food is
I know
what?
me.
Yeah,
When I first diagnosed myself, because we'll say 7, 8 doctors and some psychiatrists and psychologists couldn't do it, so I had to diagnose myself, and it began with me stripping myself of all food and
nice.
then doing what now I know is mindful eating
Yeah,
or meditative eating, where I would eat the food and I would chew it and I would taste the texture, how it felt on my mouth,
yeah,
how it felt going down, and then I'd sit with it before I take another bite to see how it felt when it went all the way in. And
yeah.
also how I found out that I had an allergy to gluten.
Ah,
I would have never found that out without eating mindfully. Because most times we sit down and eat, we so hungry, we just gobble it on down and we don't even pay attention to the ingredient. Just because
yeah,
it tastes good. It's like, we know this tastes good.
yeah.
But when you eat mindfully, you're going beyond taste. You're going beyond nutrition.
Exactly.
You're going to the real source of the thing.
You know
You
what?
know,
What the allergy doctors do to determine what kind of food you are allergic to? They start what is called chicken and rice. No
hmm
condiments, just a dry chicken and this one. And if you are not allergic to chicken and rice, they may introduce some condiment. They slowly do that, and they find out, like you are aware. That's why you want gluten is not good for me, because
that's why I
immediately,
don't do gluten. Because I
yeah.
found it out I started out with just rice, period.
Mm.
I said, I'm going to eat a bowl of rice. I got to eat something. I'm coming off fast because I fasted for 2 days first to
Yeah.
clear my system so I would know what I'm feeling. And the rice went down well. I'm like, okay, we doing good. All right, we got rice. I wonder if I can have some meat because I was really hungry.
You know,
So
I,
I did the chicken with very minimal seasoning,
yeah,
okay? And
yeah,
because I figured, let me make my diet real bland because I
yeah.
didn't know what was making me sick. So I
Absolutely.
did that. The chicken went down, and then I said, man, I would love some teriyaki sauce on this chicken. So all I did was go in the refrigerator, get the condiment,
Yeah.
I put it on the chicken, bit that chicken, and all of a sudden I started feeling dizzy. I started feeling weird.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, what the heck is in this? And then I looked at the ingredient. I said, oh, MSG. That's the only thing that I didn't understand.
Yeah.
And then I had to do it that way. But when I took my time, oh, I'm gonna come right back, doctor.
Yeah. Please come back. That's a very important what Lois was saying, because you have to be listening to your body. Yeah. Yeah, Lois, continue.
And everybody's body is different,
Yeah.
and everybody's body talks to them in its own unique way. There are some universals that your body is telling you,
Mhm.
but for the most part, your body is your body, and your body is telling you what you can hear in the least resistant way possible.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's it. That's the
For
awareness.
me, I had to figure out I needed some more other nutrition
Yeah.
by having a craving for something and then asking myself, what is in this thing, in this candy bar that I'm craving?
Yeah.
And
That-
it ended up being antioxidants and a lot of other stuff that I was able to make a better selection to get it.
Yeah.
But the thing is, I wouldn't have never got to any of this had I not sat with each meal when I was trying to find out what was making me sick.
Exactly.
You know, because just finding out that the MSG did it within the teriyaki sauce wasn't enough. I still had to test all the other foods that were going on because I don't eat teriyaki sauce every day.
Lois, you said
You know.
something important there. You said least resistance to listen to the body. You say because you are not having any thoughts, you are just aware and you are so keen on that, you're focused on that. That's why you are able to feel the reaction right away, you know. And lots of times it's not the only different bodies in the same body, different times different allergies come up.
Yeah. So the whole thing is that when you're eating mindful,
Yeah.
you can actually tell whether or not the food agrees with you or not. I
Exactly.
never knew that things didn't agree with me. I didn't know. I didn't even know I had the food allergies.
That's very
I just
important.
thought I was gaining weight for no reason. And I told the doctor, I said, look, it feels like I look at food and I gain weight. Okay? I was eating one meal a day. And I had snacks with me.
Yeah.
Okay, and they were healthy snacks. And I never understood why I was gaining weight and found out that it was the inflammation caused by the foods that I was eating.
You know, there is a
And-
term for that fat that you build up when you see the food and build up. They call it the brown fat.
Mhm.
That's a
Yeah.
medical term. That people use that, you know, because they don't understand why they are gaining weight just by seeing the food.
But the whole thing is mine was inflammation.
Yeah.
Because when I figured it out, that it's the gluten, and then I only figured it out because I finally said I want a piece of bread and some butter. Okay, because I said a piece of bread and butter, that's pretty benign. Okay, I ate that bread and butter and got sick, and my stomach I lost all the weight. So I lost so much weight, I was down to 118 pounds, which was bad for my health. Okay, I went from 298 to 118 pounds in a year and a half. That was not on purpose. That was not on purpose. So I had to do a lot of things. I ran out of time again. You must got 3 minutes on here.
Yeah. Come back, Liz. There's nobody on there. No, this is very important. What Lois is saying, you have to be aware of your body. You know, otherwise you will not be able to really. Come on up. There you go.
If you're paying attention to what your body is telling you, because everybody, like I said, everybody's body speaks in a least resistant language for them.
Yeah.
Okay. And you will be able to understand. And I talk to my body. Hey, what you need today? What you need today? You know, or like today, my body said, I really don't need much food. So when and it has been all day, I had a salad with a little bit of chicken in it. Now, I'm not hungry right now, but if I get hungry, I'm going to go get me something to eat, and I'll ask, what do I need right now? I don't just go in there and say, well, it's some French fries in there. I'm going to eat some French fries. It's this. No, I actually ask my body, what do you want me to feed you?
Yeah.
And it'll tell me. Sometimes I want something else. And so I said, okay, I'll feed you what you want, but then I'll get a little bit that I want.
No, that's the technique. That is a technique you can use.
So I'm not denying myself nothing.
Yeah, that's what it is. I also use that technique, Lois, where I say, eat what you have to do first. You know, then finish it with something you relish. Then you'll feel like I ate a satisfied meal. You don't feel like you're punished. You know.
Right.
So I do that.
Yeah.
The curd and rice, I like it, right? I always finish my meal after the spicy curries and whatever. I use the fruit first. Always before the meal, fruit first, and then some vegetables, and then I eat the curries and whatever. Not too much, but a little bit, and they end up always with some rice and yogurt, which satisfy me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As long as, because the thing is, once you're giving your body the nutrition it's asking for,
Yeah.
you don't need as much as the other stuff.
Yeah.
Because
That's
you don't
true.
even crave the other stuff.
Yeah.
I only crave the other stuff when I put enough of the other stuff in my body for my body to say, hey, you ain't give me none of that today.
See, there is a deeper thing there too. Your
Yeah.
appetite, your digestion, everything is controlled by that. So lots of yogis, they don't eat for days and they kind of survive very well easily on water and the air. And then when they have chance, then they will eat it. Basically, autonomic nervous system, that autonomic nervous functions like a digestion, they have under
Mhm.
control because they are very much in touch with their body.
Yeah. And I believe that.
Yeah.
And also when I realized that a lot of stuff that I was
Mm.
eating was not food. It was food like substances.
Yes. Latest
I
thing
was
is latest thing in the medicine is also what is called, according to the quantum body that we define the body now, is like a bunch of energies. This one shows that there is a healing response within our body that is spontaneous, and that can be activated by us or nullified by us. So understanding the healing response within us, a lot of people heal a lot of problems by themselves. Like you are saying, Lois. I'm trying to give you the
yes.
mechanism that is understood now by the modern medicine. Healing response within our body, that's a trigger. We can give the trigger, allow it to go on, like your positivity, like your awareness, like your contentment. All those things are very important for the health. So it's not like the bad saying, your mind thinks, your body develops. That is very true.
Right. And the whole thing is that um, the food is not the problem. I
Mm.
mean, I know this new map is now on diet and stuff, but the food is not the problem. It
Yeah,
is how we're processing everything else that's going on in our lives.
exactly.
And how we're processing everything that's going on in our lives is not allowing our food to be processed correctly because a lot of us stay under stress alone for a long period of time. And when you're under stress, your body does not want to digest food because it wants to fight or flight.
Yeah,
Okay? So you don't even get the digestion. And then you say, well, I know what I'm doing. I think good. I work best under stress. I would say, no, you don't, because your whole frontal lobe is hijacked when you're
yeah,
under stress. That means you don't make clear, concise decisions because your ability to reason has been erased like a person on
yeah.
alcohol.
I was telling them that people eat in silence. 5,000 people in one hall, they will be eating in silence. Why that is when your mind is agitated, like Lois was saying, there are a lot of stress hormones in your body, and that allow your appetite to go down and not to really tolerate much food into your stomach. But if you are calm and quiet and relaxed when you are eating, then that will be very good for your body to digest them better.
And you get satiated when you're not
Yeah.
stressed.
Yes.
You get satiated faster when you're
Yeah.
not under stress.
Mm.
I just think bring the stress back up because I understand stress to be have the same symptoms as heart failure. And if people don't understand that sometimes it's not what you're eating, it's what's eating you.
Yeah. Heart failure is
Okay?
secondary to chronic stress that is accumulated, producing all this conglomeration of stress hormones and receptors
Hmm.
that accumulate in the metabolic cell. That's why understanding this healing effect that we have and working on it with the positive and regular. Basically, you have to show to your diurnal rhythms, your body systems rhythms. If you attend to them, I think you will be very healthy for a long time.
Yeah, as long as you stay tuned to who you are
Yeah,
and how you're handling your issues of the day.
yeah.
Okay? Because for me that has been the biggest
For
change
us,
for me
for
is
you and
how
me,
I
Lois, for you and me, who we are is our being. So it's easy for us to be in touch with the body, you know. Whereas people who may think I'm this body or I'm this thoughts and mind, they will not get this, right? So knowing
and
who
I,
we,
and that's why I understand and I have
yeah,
such and I can say I have great compassion
yeah,
because some people listen to me and they don't get some people listen to me and all they hear is the few curse words that I filter through the stuff. Some people listen to me and they don't even understand what the hell, what the hell I'm talking about.
Yeah.
But that's okay. It's just seed being planted. And that thing is, I'm not one to be run from or anything like that. Yes, I can be abrasive and all that other kind of stuff, but so can you.
Yeah,
everybody can.
They have their own. They have their own
Huh?
course. They have their own course. They can take the course
Yeah,
slowly.
everybody, yes.
Yeah.
And I'm one who has chose to share my mess as a message
Hmm.
so other people can be healed. And you don't have to die like I did to find out that what you got to do to fix
Exactly,
yourself.
exactly.
Okay, I don't want anybody to die like I did, because everybody who dies don't necessarily come back 3 times.
Yeah.
Okay?
See, basically,
My daughter
dying,
died once.
dying here
Okay.
means dying here means Lois is saying about she's morbid. She has a lot of illness going on, but she came out of that once she realized that she's precipitating her own mind. So she's out of it because she's aware, what's going on within her
Yeah,
body.
and affirmations really helped me, because I don't like to lie, and I couldn't say I'm totally healed. I'm totally healed.
Hmm.
I would have to say stuff like, no matter how I feel, I'm totally healed. Okay, my spirit is greater than my body. Okay, I am energy. I had to talk to myself in a correct way that would promote healing, because we are also over 70%, 65 to 70% water, depending on who you are, and water is programmable. So when we talk to ourselves and be mean to ourselves, we're programming our bodies to die.
Now, let me say something important here. There is what's called psychosomatic illness, aggravation by our psychic, our mind, and all those thoughts can really influence on the soma, which is the soma is the body. But the body reactions are aggravated by this negative thinking or fearful thinking or worried thinking. All this can really not help you. We saw it in the COVID also. A lot of people diagnosed, they died because of their fear incorporating all these negative metabolic effects, and then they died of that.
Yes, I noticed that too, Dr. Rowley. The people that I know that passed away, including my daughter, were so wrapped up in the fear. To even though she started getting better, the fear, she couldn't even get out of the fear state. And they promoted that fear state within the media, because that makes you feel like, I gotta go do something, I gotta buy this, I gotta buy that, I gotta do this. And the thing is, all we have.
Yeah, they kind of aggravated that much more, and people have fallen for that because they don't know what is going on, and they just admit to the emotional reactions, and then I've seen so many patients like that.
Yeah, because the thing is, when you don't ask your body what your body needs, when you don't ask yourself what does yourself need, when you don't ask yourself, why did I behave that way? Why did I come up so unglued when that car rolled in front of me, and I'm quite sure they didn't see me, but why did I get unglued? Why? If you don't start asking yourself these questions, you're going to have a hard life. Okay, self-reflection and gratitude saved my life.
Okay? Very true, very true.
That's real, and that's what's real.
We understood this now. We understand this now. This is called the psychoneuroimmunology, where how you feel, how you react will have a direct effect not only in your neural system, but also your immune system.
Yes. See, and I didn't know the connection between my immune state and my mental state, because that's not something that they teach you all together. It was something that I started teaching once I realized, oh, this is what's wrong with me. Oh, we ain't gonna let this happen. Hey, what's your problem? You got ADHD? Okay, what you eating? What you doing? What you thinking? And I started, people say, why are you asking them about their nutrition? I'm like, look, I found out that a lot of my clients suffered depression, and a lot of it was not just what was eating them. It was also some of the foods that they were eating. The foods that they were eating were not contributing to mental health.
Basically,
because it wasn't food. I mean, I said it's food. It was food-like substances. I call that Frankenfood.
Lois, we were not taught in the culture, but the ancient cultures have taught this connection between the mind and body, and they talked about energy, which is the physics we're finding out now. I'm glad they are doing that. But when you bring the science and spirituality together, we will benefit better. Because
You know what is so funny is that in psychology,
mm,
one of the people who had the most profound effect on the study of psychology were religious and and scientists.
scientists,
Okay, like Carl Jung.
yes,
He was a Christian. Okay, he was child of Christian pastor and all that kind of stuff. And his deep dig into the psyche came from him having a family of 5 kids or something like 4 or 5 kids and be having a wife. And he had to dig inside of himself to be able to cope with everything that was going on around him. And so he got into the spirituality and brought it into psychology. And everybody thinks everything is independent of itself. All of these ologies, all of them marry each other very well,
yeah.
and they blend very well together.
No,
So
that
thank you, Dr. Rao.
yeah. Thank you, Lois. I love you too. Yeah, Lois really understands what is to be aware, what is to be free of our mind, and be in touch with the body. That's all you can do while you are eating in silence or relative silence. Basically, paying more attention to what you are doing. Say, like I talk about all the time, pay attention to every action. Eating is also every action that we do. And at that time, sit down, settle down, pay attention to what you are eating, enjoy, savor the food, chew slowly, and eat with awareness. And then, like Lois and other people are saying, the moment they eat something, they can feel the body is reacting. They kind of don't like the taste of it, or something happens in the stomach. All those things are there, right? But if you are doing that again and again, you may develop tolerance to it. But doesn't mean that it's not there. Okay, so it's all a question of being aware of the movement and what you're doing and enjoying that activity. Okay, that's the same thing with the eating. Hi, Ronald.
Hey, something else came to mind. Some people eat to live and some people live to eat, and I think there's a difference, right?
There is a major difference. This is what I always talk about. You got to eat to live so that you can do something significant. If you are living just to eat and enjoy that, then you will fall into a lot of problems. Because you may develop a disease later on. Suppose you are eating sweets and you think that is the life and this is enjoyment and all that. All the pancreas cells are burnt out. You'll have diabetes and you cannot eat them because every time you eat the sweet, you'll have punishment with the high blood sugar. So, absolutely right. Eat human beings have to eat to sustain and to develop. You can enjoy, you can have good energy, balanced energy, and all that, but not to be addicted to the taste, not to be addicted to the body shape, and also feeling like it's a psychological thing for me to eat. I feel good if I eat. All those things have produced a lot of diseases like obesity, anorexia, bulimia, and also problems with addiction to certain kinds of foods, uh, allergies. So many things happen to our body and mind because we take food not as food, but more like a pleasurable thing or social thing. That's the problem.
Yeah, sometimes if people eat raw food, it
Yeah,
has parasites too.
exactly,
So that's
exactly.
another thing people.
Yeah, because they just think that everything looking good is good. It's not. Even the supermarket vegetables, fruits, they put a lot of shining, toxic chemicals that to keep them fresh and all that, but they are not. They are travel saver. That's why I recommended to many of my patients grow some vegetables and fruits within your own backyard or within your own apartment. And some people they really took it serious and then grew their own vegetables and they were very happy about that. And they brought me too some of them. They are very good taste because they did not use any pesticides or fertilizers. And then I also encourage them to have some homemade manure, like the fertilizer, compost. And they did that, and all the waste leaves and everything went into that, became a very good fertilizer. And they get a lot of produce around it. There's so many tomatoes, so many Different things they used to give to me at the time.
You know, something else. A friend of mine who's farmed with horses, who I helped from about '92 for over a quarter of a century.
Mm.
He had peaches out there. They were so juicy. You could eat green beans out of the field, strawberries.
Yeah,
He had so much stuff. Tomatoes. He just
yeah,
couldn't have got any fresher than right out of the garden.
yeah. They were very tasty actually when you grow them like that. Yeah. I think that's a very important thing. Are we eating to live, or are we living to enjoy the food, and that's the only thing, without any restrictions, without any understanding, and getting obese and then suffering a lot from that, or really getting anorectic and bulimia and all that. So I've seen a lot of suffering related to food habits. So even if you look at it, animals eat only what they eat, and then after the hunger, they will lie down. But then they don't know anything beyond eating and living and mating and dying, right? But human beings are not like that, right? We are, those things are essential, but once they are done, then we want something else which is meaningful in life, right? So, right from the beginning, understand the role of the food, understanding where you can enjoy, where you cannot really indulge in that. And the obese people that I was treating for a long time, the problem was taste was a big problem. They were not able to get over the taste, and that's why they were eating a lot of bad calories, which is not good for them, and they could not get away because the taste. NIH, National Institute of Health, they have conducted a major study on obesity, and they concluded there's one particular problem we are not able to fix, we are not able to understand, that is the taste. Now, yoga is talking about withdrawing your senses. Pratyahara is the name of that. So you go to some garden, for example, and you are hearing the birds chirping, and you can listen and allow the sense completely absorb into the sound, and then withdraw from it. That is a practice called forest bathing. That's where I teach them how to indulge the senses and how to withdraw also. Like that, taste is a sensation too. So if you have something very, very tasty, don't go on repeating that every so often and then craving it. Enjoy a little bit and then let it go. That kind of withdrawal will be good. Then you will be eating good foods that are maybe tasty, that's fine. Even if they are not tasty, you can enjoy like I enjoy the American bland food and also Indian spicy food. Both I can withdraw my senses, not to react too much. And that can be controlled, that can be done by us. So the people who go into deeper aspects of yogic practices, they can stay without any food also for a while. Okay, but that's their choice and that's their capacity. That's the skills that they develop by these practices of pratyahara, withdrawal of senses. Actually, they withdraw senses so that their mind will be focused on something they want to meditate. That's why they don't want to be tempted by any smells or anybody brings the food to them and all that. They don't want to be, because they can become dull and not able to meditate. So there's a deeper reasons. But basically, what I'm saying is you don't have to be falling for the food as a psychological habit or social pleasure or approval. So sometimes the dinners that they invite us will go into the night, like by midnight they eat. But they want us to come and share with them. So we usually eat very early. So we finish our dinner. I don't want to eat after that, but I go there, take a glass of water or something, and then I will be chatting with them, just to socialize and come out. But not for the food itself. We go there. So you don't want to break your discipline or routine if you really are serious about your wellness and your health. Anybody else has any comments or any thing to contribute? Or okay, And then I will conclude the session here for today, and we will go to the day 28th tomorrow. I'll be back at 8 o'clock, and we'll take another tip on the wellness. A tip a day on wellness. Day 28 will be tomorrow. Thank you all coming and listening, and hopefully you will pay attention to what you are eating and try to eat in silence, chew well, and enjoy the food. And if you slow it down, it will be much better. You will consume less calories, and also you will digest the material better and also assimilate it better, and your energy will be better. Okay, there's so much more on the food. We can talk about it, but I want to end it here now, and I'll see you tomorrow. Thank you.